Hello everybody and welcome back to Test Drive Unlimited 2, and I am your host Valenfor.
The photographer will offer you secondary missions based on exploration.
So, in today's episode we are going to not hit anything. No, we're going to head over to the, wherever the hell it is, B4 Championship, which is over here. I'm going to start pegging away at the races. I'm going to set a target, and then I just need to do a little bit of zooming in to find out where the closest area is for us. I think it's going to be this road here. It's not as close as I'd like, but it's closer than most, so this will have to do. Now I think there was a highway over on the left hand side, but we'll stick to this road for now. We will get there faster in this car compared to the off-road vehicle, and I'm keeping an eye on the time, specifically today. Again, I uploaded a fairly long episode yesterday, so I've already broken my promise. We have already hit something.
Hey there, it's Miami. You know,
yes, not interested in the cosmetic clinic.
At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
Whoa, okay. That's definitely off-road, and I've hit something else. Not going so well with the not hitting anything. But even on off-road we should still get there fairly quickly in this vehicle. I hope. Not doing so well so far, but I think there's I think that's a road that's coming up, so fingers crossed, eh?
Turn right.
Nope, more dirt tracks. Okay. So yeah, so we're going to work on the rest of the B4 championships, and then I think it might be a nice idea to perhaps do a little bit of discovery over the next episode after today's. So we're going to take a look around the rest of Ibiza, try and find a few more garages, places to buy cars. We will also try and complete some of these photo ops for this this chap. Let's just take a look at where we are in conjunction with everything else. Now you see, I would have said following that road would have been quicker. We are coming back up to a road though by the looks of things, so yeah, we'll continue for now. Yes, try and get some of the photo op locations done. And then from there really it's just completing the A7 Championship as I've mentioned previously, and then the Ibiza Cup. Once we have done that, we move a bit further on, we end up in Miami. We have then the likes of the C3 license to worry about, the B3 license as well,
turn left.
which are both fairly easy to obtain, I believe. There's the I think it's the A5, 4 and 3 license.
Your destination is 3 miles away.
No, wait, that doesn't sound right. No, it's the A5 and A4 license. Directly after doing all of those championships, you then have the ability to take on the A3 and 2 licenses, and finally the A1 license. Now,
turn left.
Based on a little bit of oh, we're off-road again already. Based on a little bit of research that I've done, there are 3 major cup races in this game. So the Ibiza Cup is available once you've completed all major championships on Ibiza. That's the C4 Championship, which we've completed, the B4 Championship,
is 2 miles away,
which we've completed half of, we're about to finish, the A7 Championship, which we have already polished off, and the A6, which we have yet to start. With regards to the first of the Miami Cups, my understanding is that you need to have completed, I think, the C4, A5 and A4 championships, and then the higher cup is the A3, A2, A1 and B3 championships, I believe, and then you then get access to the Miami Cups. The cups themselves always give a very decent reward. It's always a substantial amount of money, which is how you end up buying some of the better cars in the game, and also some of the quite pricier housing as well. For example, I know that there's a yacht in game that you can buy, which I believe is $6 million. It might be a bit more than that. The Ibiza Cup gives you a guaranteed $1 million prize money plus a car. I think the first of the Miami Cups is very similar, and
destination is a half a mile away.
And the same with the last cup in Miami as well, I believe. But of course we will find out as we progress. We'll also be keeping an eye out for some of these side missions as well, just to earn a little bit of extra cash, and they're always fun to do. The blue ones were the ones that shipped with the game initially. There are some gold coloured ones. These are part of a DLC, and they're just a few extra missions.
You have reached your destination.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Solar Crown. What the? Okay, today we meet up with the Wilder brothers in the middle of their training session, just before the beginning of this new competition of Solar Crown.
Woo! I hope no one's hurt! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! This time we're ready. Victory will be ours.
Bunch of douchebags. Right, okay. You know what's coming next? We start, as always, with the time trials. Get them out of the way first. And again, excuse the noise in the background. That is my cat.
We meet again live at Solar Crown with all your favorite drivers. Miami, the Wilder brothers, Stewart, they're all here. And we're off.
Now that we've definitely got rid of that juddering problem, this should be a lot nicer to drive. Now I think, as I've always been saying, that this is where the difficulty starts amping up a little bit. So, fingers crossed this episode ends up being as smooth as possible with regards to these races, and I've just got to concentrate on not absolutely messing up, which let's face it is a strong possibility. This one is a fairly long race, so if I do mess up, that's an additional 3 minutes that is going to eat into this episode. And I know previously I said I'm not going to cut out any of the mistakes that I make or anything like that, but if we get into long races and it's taking me too long to complete them, for example I end up having to do over a number of times, I am going to start cutting those sections out, purely because otherwise it just makes the episodes too long, and I'm pretty sure no one really wants to see me continuously fail over and over again. But and I'm sure this is going to be a case of speaking a little bit too soon. So far so good, no problems. As far as memory serves me, again at the end of this championship we're going to have another challenge from one of the Wilder brothers. It might be Chris, and he thinks he's got what it takes to take us on. That again will be in the next episode. We will be taking his car. It's precious, I think it's the Volkswagen Touareg, and we're actually making some serious time on this. We're 16 seconds ahead of the lap time, so so far so good. Almost 18 seconds ahead. That's crazy. Well, that's that. Done. One down. 5 to go. Okay.
Live from the starting line for a new challenge of Solar Crown. Who will win today? The bets are on.
There's a plane up there. Not sure if anyone can see that. Certainly wouldn't want to be piloting a plane in this thunderstorm. I was under the impression that Ibiza was a land of sunshine and everything else. Obviously I'm not saying that there's no rain out there, but so far I think more of my episodes have been in rain conditions than in sunshine. Oh, holy hell. Stop. Wow. Wrecked. That was terrible. Straight off into the water. We were 5 seconds ahead. Let's see how badly we're behind now. Oh, okay, we're still making time, which is incredible. I think it might just be worthwhile just whilst we're in this race, and let's see how many of you are actually concentrating and actually watching these as well. So I'd like to just give a quick shout out to all of the nations and countries that are actually watching the channel so far. A big thank you as well. Your views are helping to build this community and really shape what the future of this channel will end up being. So I'd just like to first off give a big warm welcome to all my fellow Britons. So we've got a number of views coming in from the UK at the present point in time. Big thank you to all of you guys. I've got a number of views coming in from Norway, Sweden and Denmark. So to all of our Scandinavian brethren, welcome. We have a couple from Argentina that are actually watching us at the moment, so hola to you. We have a couple of visitors from France. Bonjour, ça va? In response to the question that inevitably would come after ça va, oui ça va bien, merci. We have a few watchers in Spain, so for you Spanish stallions out there, so to speak, bonjour, no wait, that's French, buenos dias, ¿cómo estás? And finally we have a number of viewers out in the States. So to my Yankee friends and even those who aren't yet friends, welcome to the channel. So there we go. Shoutouts have been completed, and that's another race complete as well. 2 time trials left and 2 races.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Time is passing by and we need to hurry up. Let's meet the candidates for this timed challenge.
And so far, time-wise, I think we are about... I'm going to hazard a guess and say that we're about 14 or 15 minutes into the episode so far. So we're making fairly decent time here as well. I will keep an eye out just in case anything else we should find on the way around, and make a note as well. Right, this one I can't actually remember. I've got a feeling if it's not this one, it's... Oh god, that came up a bit too quick. If it's not this one, it's one coming up, which is very, very hard. There's a lot of drifting involved in order to get a decent top score. I'm hoping that if it isn't this one and it isn't the last one that we've left, that in actual fact that we've already done it and it was actually easier than anticipated. Failing that, it could be that it's in the... I get away from the wall. It could be that it's in the Ibiza Cup and we've yet to do that race. And if that is the case, I'm really not looking forward to it. I do vaguely recall a very, very difficult off-road time trial. And I'm trying to actually rack my brains and remember whether there are any other race types. I'm not sure that there are. I think these are the only ones. Obviously there are a few different race or challenges, mission-based races, if you will, to complete. There's Convoy, where you have to get NPC's vehicle from one point to another. The more damage you do, or the more times you go off road in it, the less your bonus is at the end, let's say. There is Timed Convoy, which is similar, but as the name states, it's timed, which makes it that much more difficult, because obviously you're trying to retain the most amount of money, but when you're up against time, obviously you start getting a little bit fretful and start making mistakes and everything else. Okay, 2 seconds.
Live from the starting line for a new challenge of Solar Crown. Who will win today? The bets are on.
Sorry about that. I just had to clear my throat again. And I don't like it doing it whilst obviously whilst recording, so I just muted myself there. So yes, Convoy and Timed Convoy. What else do we have? We have something called Jolt, which I think they get in your car, and I think they're saying something along the lines of that they want a thrill. So you have to drive, on the opposite side of the road and all this other fun stuff to try and give them a jolt of adrenaline, essentially. I think there's a taxi-based one. I think we saw that already. That's where someone gets in your car and says that they need to get from A to B, and you've got a time limit. Now, luckily, you can crash a load of times, I believe, and they won't get out. But obviously, or at least I think they won't get out. I haven't really tested that theory, and I don't particularly want to. But there's 100 of these types of challenge in the game, and completing all of them allows you to level up your your discovery and competition, I believe it is, which in turn allows you to upgrade to the latest, or rather highest upgrade availability for your vehicles, That goes up to a total of upgrade level 4, and I think all of the cars that you buy are generally unmodded, so we are racing stock at the moment. In certain circumstances it is actually worthwhile buying the upgrades to your cars. Right, okay, we've got 2 races left. And I've got a feeling we've actually just hit the 20-minute mark or thereabouts, so that should tie us up nicely.
Hey there! What drama! Apparently the Wilder brothers are squabbling with Stewart again. The pressure of the competition is really starting to show.
So the question is, once I take the guy behind me in the challenge, should I keep his Touareg or should I sell it? It is modified. I think it's modified to level 2 perhaps. It's got fairly decent paint job on it, much better than the botch job that I gave this car. But it handles quite a bit differently to this car, and if I should keep it, I don't think I'm going to be driving it, at least not for the championship, because I need to be in a car that, you know, I've driven and I've got an idea of how it handles for these courses, because essentially that could make or break the championship for us. And again, as I've been saying, I don't really want to be having a do-over particularly. In other news, it was the this weekend that has just gone. The first weekend in May of 2014, for those of you in case who are coming to this channel months later. It was the Activision special that was going on in Steam over that long weekend. So I've decided to pick up a few titles. Unfortunately, guys, no Call of Duties. I've played them to death, and they don't make for great YouTubing purely because they've all been played a million times before. You've all got your dedicated Call of Duty channels already. That would be basically the death of this channel altogether, because no one's going to start watching someone else. Well, okay, that's a bad example. Some people will watch one person play through a video game, and then they'll watch someone else play the same video game, sometimes for different commentary, sometimes, you know, they have a different outtake on how to play the game. Call of Duty's fairly finite, you know. You play it, if you've seen it played once, you know, you've seen it played a million times. But instead, what I've picked up is, and I do apologise if I have already gone through this before in a previous video, but I have picked up the Walking Dead Survival Instinct. It didn't get amazing reviews, but as you should already know by now, I'm a big fan of the zombie genre, so I'm going to be having a go at that at some stage. That will probably be the next zombie title after State of Decay, but also after another title that we end up starting soon. I don't want to just rush from one zombie title to another, much like I've said I don't want to rush from one racing sim to another straight away as well. I want to be mixing it up somewhat. So yeah, so we've got that to play. I've also picked up the latest Cabela game, so hunting sim, and that is quite weird, quite wacky. I've played a couple of the Cabela games on the PS3. I'm not a massive hunter in real life, and I don't really want to get into a massive subject about the you know, whether it's right or wrong to be hunting or not. In a video game, I'm pretty sure it's okay. You know, I'm not really hurting any animals, so it's fine. But that itself is a fairly fun game as well. I also picked up the Star Wars RTS game, so I might take a look at that as well. And here we go, this is the last race.
Hey there! What drama! Apparently the Wilder brothers are squabbling with Stewart again. The pressure of the competition is really starting to show.
But I was also taking a look at today, specifically at some games on Steam, some that I've never really seen before, and a couple of them actually look really, really good. Now, what were they? So good, they've already slipped out of my mind. I think one was called The Whispering World, perhaps? Almost looks kind of Ni no Kuni-ish, in that you know, it's cel-shaded, cartoony style, point and click adventure, but specifically it's also quite role playing apparently. And there's supposed to be a new one coming out called Silence maybe, The Whispering World 2. I really hope I've got that right. If I haven't, I do apologise. But I'm sure everyone will understand what it is I'm talking about once they take a look at the Steam store. But that in itself looks like a really, really cool game. I may take a look at that as perhaps even a playthrough. Other than that, I have been taking a look at the, as I mentioned in the previous episode, the Assassin's Creed series again. They're all going relatively cheap at the moment on Steam, so I may pick up some of those. We've also got the likes of, I think it's a game called Warlords 2, which has just come out, or Warlock 2 perhaps. It's almost a bit like Civilization, but it's fantasy based, so you know, lots of orcs and undead and all those kinds of things. Separate to that, we also was looking at the Far Cry 3. Again, it's another game that I've played, which is fine, and it was really quite fun to play. I need to do a little bit of research as to how widely played that has been so far, as I'm pretty sure that may have also been played to death on YouTube. But it is an awesome game, so perhaps we will look at that. Maybe do like a mini series and just see how it takes off. If we get a lot of views, then you know, we'll continue doing it. But if it ends up being a dead duck, then you know, we'll just leave it. And that's the championship done and dusted. And you know what, guys? I think
We're left wondering who can beat this challenger. The other competitors have all been outclassed. Even the Wilder brothers are having difficulties.
I was going to say, do you know what? I think we're going to take on Ryan Wilder to end this episode.
Come and race me in a...
Yeah, because just generally he annoys me. So, although he is miles away, I may have just spoken too soon. Jesus, the hell's he doing down there? Yeah, okay. I spoke too soon. We're not going to be taking him down this episode, but we'll save that for the beginning of the next episode. So, guys, as always, I know you know what's coming next. If you've liked this one, please leave us a like. As always, subscribe if you're new to the channel. That helps out a lot. Leave comments as well. Always like to hear what people have to say. And guys, as always as well, take care, enjoy those meals, thanks and good night, much love, and I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.